Straight from business to the press review, and the landing of those two missiles yesterday in a Polish city right on the border with Ukraine killed two people, sparking a lot of angry reactions in the press nevertheless. And Dipty's here to break it down for us, Dipty.
Well, that's right, Stuart. The Polish foreign minister said those missiles were Russian-made, but as you've been mentioning, the US President Joe Biden has really poured doubt on that, saying preliminary information shows that Russia may not be responsible, but nonetheless, it's very symbolic, the landing of these missiles on Polish territory, and that's what a lot of the front pages are looking at today. Look at the British dailies. This is the Daily Mirror here. You see tyrant's war on Ukraine, Russian bombs hit Poland. So the papers today are very angry, and they see it as an act of war, even if it isn't really. At least not yet. Putin's war spills into Poland. That's what the British daily The Eye says, while La Repubblica, which is an Italian daily, says that those missiles in Poland provoke shockwaves in Europe. So you see a lot of that kind of language, shock, anger, outrage in the papers today, Stuart.
Lots of outrage as well in the Polish press, you found?
That's right. A lot of interesting opinion pieces in the Polish press today. Let's bring this one up for you. This is written by the editor-in-chief of a Polish paper called Fact. She calls the missile strike a turning point in Poland, where life as we knew it before will never be the same. She says that the strikes will leave Poland with two possibilities: war or economic ruin. She condemns what she calls a, quote, perfidious terrorist Russian tactics to destabilize Poland. So in the Polish press, you really get the idea that they see it as a direct attack on them. This is the author of another Polish newspaper here who says that the strike is a test for maturity, wisdom and courage. He calls for Poland to be united, but says that Poland needs to react to these missile strikes by supporting Ukraine with even greater determination so that, I quote, Russia's teeth will be knocked out, its claws trimmed, and so that in a few years the threat of war will no longer hang over Europe again. So fierce words from the Polish press. The Guardian sort of tempering that with this article today here, written by Julian Borger, the World Affairs editor, who says that the Poland explosion is unlikely to spark escalation, but the risks of a NATO-Russia clash are very much real.
Need to talk about Donald Trump now. Meanwhile, he's announced he is going to be running for president in 2024, but no one seems very enthused about a second Trump term, Dipty.
No, or a third Trump presidential bid. You'll be hard-pressed to find any support for him in the papers today, even from the conservative press. Let's show you this editorial from the National Review, which is a conservative American magazine. Look at the title of this editorial that was on its front page. One word: no. It's pretty clear what they say, and I love the way that this editorial begins. It begins like this, I quote, "To paraphrase Voltaire after he attended an orgy, once was an experiment, twice would be perverse." The National Review slamming a, quote, bruised Trump's new presidential bid. Despite his achievements, the National Review says that his presidency was chaotic, it lacked seriousness, and he often had to be talked down from disastrous ideas, and he showed very little respect for the Constitution or American politics, and for that reason, he should not be elected president ever again. The New York Times, meanwhile, says that America deserves better than Donald Trump. They say that he's unfit for office, and they lament that his new campaign has begun with the same, quote, ugliness, lies, and chaos as the last. The paper even saying that Trump's candidacy should be a clarion call for those willing to fight for the soul of the Republican Party. And in this editorial, the paper says, we don't share all the ideas of the Republican Party, but they do name some key Republican figures like Mike Pence, Liz Cheney, and Ron DeSantis, who they say have demonstrated an ability to govern.
There's a lot of mockery, too, you found in the illustrated press, Dipty.
There's some wonderful cartoons today, Stuart. Let's show you this one. This is from Michael D. Adder, cartoonist for the Washington Post, who sees Donald Trump on a spinning wheel, a spinning loser wheel, that is, and it just keeps going round and round. I think that's meant to represent his, it is his golf cart, his very much beloved golf cart. You have this article also, this cartoon also from the Washington Post cartoonist Antel Nais, who sees, you might remember that iconic photo of him and Melania Trump going down the elevator and during his campaign, except this time he's got the piggy bank here, and this cartoon is actually entitled "The Grifter Wants to Come Back," and you see here, Trump 2024 will be about making America pay again. Finally, you have this one from a Canadian cartoonist who seems thankful this Thanksgiving that the turkey that is Donald Trump is on the other side of the border.
Just got time to talk about this last one, Dipti. The Washington Post has an opinion piece today. It looks at all the baffling millennial jobs that exist today.
That's right. There are a lot of baffling millennial jobs, and apparently, as this article says here, they baffle boomers in particular, who are used to some more traditional jobs like butchers and doctors and so forth. And actually, if you look at it, it's all about the jargon, Stuart. If you Google these jobs, they exist. Executive Vice President for Executive Visibility. Do you know what that is?
No idea.
I think it's, if you Google it, something loosely related to public relations.
Right.
There's a chief evangelist, which is basically a brand ambassador. Right. Captain of moonshots. Do you know what that is?
What is a moonshot?
Well, I don't know. It's a CEO of a Google, of one of Google's secret research and development wings.
And no press reviewer. There's no press review on there.
That's a very boring title, isn't it?
Very boring title. Thank you, Dipti. Dipti with the papers. Oh, for us 24. More from her later.